In the winters of the 1970s, if we didn't eat these foods, we simply couldn't settle. These dishes were the very soul of the season. Let's wrap our hands around a warm cuppa and step back to frosted windows, power cuts, and proper comfort rising from the oven. Feel the glow of the fire, the hum of the telly, and the friendly clatter from the kitchen as we savor 20 winter favorites, how they taste, how they feel, and the memories they carry. Shepherd's pie. Lift the spoon and crack through that bronze-ridged mash, crispy at the peaks, buttery soft underneath, then scoop up the lamb, mince bubbling below. It's savory and deep with onions, carrots, and peas, a gentle breath of rosemary, and a tiny tang from Worcestershire that brightens the gravy. The aroma is homely and meaty, the kind that fills the hall and draws everyone to the table. One comforting mouthful, and the cold outside seems to vanish. Cottage pie. The beefy cousin is rounder and robust, all mellow umami with a peppery warmth, and that familiar OXO-backed richness. The mash sits like a soft golden quilt. Add a handful of cheddar, and you get a nutty, savory top note. It's glossy, spoonable comfort, the sort of plate you balance on your knees with the news on, and you can feel the day's worries easing as the steam touches your face. Lancashire hot pot, a casserole that whispers patience. Tender lamb, sweetly softened onions, and a hint of thyme, all tucked under overlapping coins of potato. The top turns shatter crisp, while the middles drink in the savory juices until butter soft. Crack the crust, and a wave of lamb-rich aroma rolls out. A forkful is gentle, warming, slightly sweet from the onions, especially lovely with a bright fork of pickled red cabbage dancing alongside. Beef stew with suet dumplings. Deep dark gravy clings to the spoon, scented with bay and black pepper. Shin or chuck melts after a slow simmer, releasing a marrowy richness that coats the lips and comforts the chest. On top, suet dumplings puff into pillowy clouds, set on the outside, cotton soft inside, soaking up the stew until each bite becomes buttery, savory, and gloriously soothing. Toad in the hole. Herby pork sausages sizzle in a hot tin, then sink into a billowing eggy batter that rises to caramelized edges and a soft, custardy middle. Cut in, and the casing gives a cheerful snap. The juices meet onion gravy's gentle sweetness, and everything becomes glossy and moreish. It's playful, nostalgic, and hearty. Just the thing to make a cold evening feel fun again. Bangers and mash, a plateful of pure reassurance. Juicy sausages, spiced with sage and a tickle of white pepper, meet clouds of buttery mash. Smooth and creamy with a lick of milk. A glossy river of onion gravy flows over the lot, tying it together with mellow sweetness and a savory sheen. Spear a sausage, press it into the mash, swipe through gravy, simple, warming perfection. Roast beef dinner, the classic Sunday theatre. Rosy slices of beef seasoned simply so the pure roast flavour shines. Roasties, tumbled in beef dripping until glassy crisp outside and floury soft within, parsnips sticky with caramel sweetness, Brussels sprouts nutty and bright. Then the drama, a dab of horseradish that makes the nose tingle and the taste buds sing, finished with a pour of silky gravy that pools and glows. Yorkshire pudding, light yet full of character, toasty, eggy, and kissed with the roasty flavour of dripping. Tear into the airy walls, and you get paper-thin crispness, giving way to a soft, custardy hollow. Fill it with gravy, and each bite becomes a little bowl of savoury delight. It's humble and grand at once, made to catch every last drop of comfort. Cauliflower cheese, gentle florets, nestled in a velvety cheddar sauce with a friendly kick of mustard and a dusting of white pepper. Under the grill, the top goes golden and nutty, sometimes with breadcrumbs for a delicate crunch. The flavor is cozy and balanced, the cauliflower's mild sweetness wrapped in creamy tang, each forkful stretching with soft, stringy satisfaction. Bubble and squeak, yesterday's roast, reborn with a grin. Potatoes, cabbage, and sprouts mashed together and pressed into the pan until the base turns a crackly golden crust. Inside, it stays soft and comforting, with a sweet edge from the well-browned vegetables. A splash of HP or brown sauce adds a lively tang, and if you slide a runny fried egg on top, the yolk makes a sunny sauce that ties it all together. Leek and potato soup. Silky and gentle, this is a bowl you sip as much as you eat. Leeks bring a clean, soft sweetness, potatoes add creamy body, a little butter and a whisper of white pepper make the whole thing round and kind. The steam smells green and fresh, and a crust of bread dipped in turns each mouthful into quiet, chest-warming comfort. Oxtail soup. Whether home-simmered or poured from a faithful tin, it's glossy, gelatin-rich, and satisfyingly beefy. The flavor has depth and a soothing stick-to-your-ribs quality. Black pepper warms the back of the throat, while onions and tomato lend calm sweetness. Each spoon feels medicinal in the best way, restoring, steadying, and perfect for a biting day. Steak and kidney pie. Lift the crust, and a meaty perfume escapes like a cozy secret. The pastry is flaky and buttery, shattering gently to reveal tender chunks of steak and the distinctive iron-rich depth of kidney. The gravy is dark and shiny with a bright nudge of Worcestershire, sometimes a hint of mushroom earth. It's big-hearted, pub warmth comfort, all in one triumphant forkful. Cornish pasty. Warm it in your hands and feel the heat seep into your fingers. Inside, peppery steak juices mingle with soft cubes of potato, onion, and swede, making a balanced, savory, sweet filling. The crimped edge has a pleasing chew, while the middle remains tender. Each bite brings a homely bakery aroma and that satisfying, no-fuss heartiness you can eat on the go. Fish and chips. Tear open the paper, and the malt vinegar fog greets you. The fish is clean and delicate, the batter light and crackling with a gentle saltiness. Chips are crisp at the edge and floury soft in the middle. A splash more vinegar brightens every mouthful, and mushy peas add a mellow, minty sweet hug. Hot, simple, and shared. It's a warm seaside memory on a winter night. Welsh rarebit. Proper cheese on toast with a wink. Mature cheddar. Mustard and Worcestershire melted together, sometimes loosened with a little beer or milk, then grilled until bubbling and bronzed at the edges. The flavor is bold, tangy and savory, coating the palate in the nicest way. The toast stays crisp underneath, giving each bite a satisfying snap under the rich, glossy topping. Crumpets with butter. Put them near the flame and they toast to a gentle crisp, while the centers stay sponge-soft and springy. Spread salted butter and watch it disappear into the little holes. Then take a bite. Yeasty warmth, a whisper of tang, and that buttery, salty sweet drip. A spoon of jam or a stroke of marmalade adds a bright little pop that keeps you reaching for another. Jam roly-poly with custard, a school day's hug on a plate. The sweet pastry is soft with a comforting chew, wrapped around a spiral of sticky, fruity jam that's sweet with a playful tart edge. Pour over warm custard, vanilla smooth and satiny, and everything becomes a gentle, spoonable dream. Cut a slice, and the jam ribbon makes you smile before you've even tasted it. Mince pies, small but full of festive cheer. The short, buttery pastry crumbles at the touch, giving way to a rich mincemeat of currants and sultanas, citrus peel and spice, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, sometimes a friendly boozy glow. A dusting of icing sugar is like a little snowfall. Warm from the oven, with a dab of brandy butter or a simple cup of strong tea, they taste of December itself. Christmas pudding, the grand finale, dark with treacle and dense with fruit that's been lovingly fed with brandy or rum. Light it, and the blue flame carries a perfumed lift of spirit and spice. Each forkful is moist and luxurious, with slow, warming notes of clove and citrus. Spoon on brandy sauce or custard, and you have a ritual in a mouthful. Memory, celebration, and comfort all at once. Scotch broth, a gentle, barley-thickened hug of a soup, tender mutton or lamb giving a savory backbone, sweet carrots and earthy swede softening into the stock, and leeks adding a clean green lift. The flavour is calm and rounded, with a nutty chew from pearl barley. A twist of black pepper wakes it up without shouting. Steam rises with a homely lamb and herb aroma, and a heel of bread dipped in turns each spoonful into steady winter-stopping comfort. Split pea and ham soup, smoky ham hock, and soft split peas melt into a thick, velvety bowl that feels almost medicinal on a cold day. The taste is savory and soothing, with a mellow sweetness from slow-cooked onions and the gentle warmth of white pepper. Little shreds of ham run through the puree, giving tender, salty bursts. It smells like warmth itself, ham-scented steam that fogs your glasses and tells you to take a slow, restoring sip. And there we are, the flavours that warmed our fingers, filled our plates, and brought everyone to the table while the wind rattled the windows. Which of these still finds its way onto your winter table today? If you'd like any of them in classic 70s style, with simple, measured recipes, say the word, and we'll bring those cozy kitchens back to life together.